What you guys got another video here for you. It seems that Microsoft are now starting to fix a lot of the issues that KB5074105 caused. There was tons of issues that update caused on people's PCs. So Microsoft are now starting to push out KB5074105 preview. This is not a mandatory update according to Microsoft. This will be an optional update, but it will rectify a lot of known issues that Microsoft are now acknowledging. For instance, there was a bug with the Explorer.exe crashing and causing your start menu to disappear and your taskbar to disappear. That should be fixed with this update. Also, this update addresses an issue where your black screen of death, where you restart the PC and you get a black screen. Microsoft said it turned out to be your NVIDIA driver that caused this issue, but Microsoft have now released a patch and a fix for it with this particular update. Now, before we continue, let's have a quick word from today's video sponsor, CD Key Sales. If you're looking for cheap Windows 11 Pro OEM keys, then check out the links in the video description. Once you click the Buy Now button, you can use my promo code R09 and apply that to your order and get a 30% discount on all your purchases on CD Key Sales. Once you have your key, head over to the Activation Center, click Change, paste in your key, click Next, click Activate to activate your version of Windows. There's also other fixes that Microsoft are hoping to do with this particular update as well. Again, like I said, it's mainly optional, and it might be in your optional settings here if it comes down, or it just might come down in your general update panel, and we'll see whether it comes down on this system here. Now you can see it's pulling down the KB5074109. This is the standard original one that caused all the problems, and it's going to install that first. So if you start resuming your updates, you might see this one coming down here. But this is not the actual update itself. The one that will come down, which is going to fix a lot of things, is a preview update, and hopefully I can show you it in this video. Now, when this original update was released, Microsoft released an emergency update to fix a lot of known issues with that update. Then they released a optional update which you could download to fix remote desktop. And then they released another emergency update to fix the emergency update and to fix the original update that they released. And now we're getting another update, which is a preview update, which should fix a lot of issues which we mentioned earlier on, which is broken Explorer.exe and applications and a lot of other things. It should rectify a lot of those problems. Now, if you're a bit worried about installing this update, then by all means you can stay paused, but you're going to have to update at some point. You might want to create a restore point, and if you have problems, you can always uninstall the update. Now, what I've noticed is a lot more channels promoting buggy updates, microslop, and a lot of this other stuff that's starting to become very trendy. And some of these channels are Linux channels, believe it or not. It's not hate towards Linux, but they are Linux channels that are just making content every day about the failings of Microsoft, with Bill Gates or the head of CEO of Microsoft on their thumbnails, and it's just daily. And those types of channels have not got your interest at heart. They're just basically making trending topics, news topics, and mostly some of it is mainly about Microsoft, Bill Gates, or the CEO of Microsoft and the failings of Windows. Okay, so the update has come down and I've restarted the PC, and we're just going to quickly check here to see Windows updates and see what actually comes down, because Microsoft have claimed that they are pushing out a preview update to try to fix a lot of these known issues. So make sure you've got get the latest updates as soon as they're available toggled on, and then you want to make sure you're checking for updates. Now you'll probably see if they are pushing it out, it will come down. And there you go. It's starting to come down, and you can see it there. Preview update KB5074105. And they're going to now push this update out to the general public. And this is to rectify a lot of the mistakes they had with the original first update, which you just see me install previously. Now, hopefully once we get this installed on the system, a lot of the issues that we had with the previous update will be rectified, and hopefully you should have a more stable system. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably feeling a little deflated with Windows right now, and rightly so, because there's been quite a few issues with recent updates, but you just got to stick with it, because what alternatives have you got at the end of the day? And I know people are going to say Linux is a real viable option, and yes, for some people it is, but for the majority of people it's just not. Because if you're a hardcore Windows user that needs certain applications and certain games to play, it's just not going to do it. And that's as simple as that. And I know that might offend some Linux users, but hey, I don't care. And you may be thinking that's a bit harsh, but when they treat me with a bit of respect in the comments section, I might respect them a little bit more as well. Now, I do believe what I think will be beneficial to Microsoft is a news report every month to show you how bad some of these updates were in percentage wise, because content creators like myself and blog writers and things like that, they will create content that causes traffic, clicks, views, because it makes revenue. And these might only be very small problems. They might not be widespread issues. And yet when they're put on social media, it gets magnified. And of course, then we think that the problem is bigger than what it actually is. And this can actually hurt Microsoft. Now, of course, there is real good tech channels out there that are giving you up-to-date news on Windows. And also, this is to help you, the consumer, to work out what to do, how to fix the problem, and whether to pause updates and things like that. But then there's the other side of the tech industry, which is just out to spread hate towards Microsoft or Microsoft or Bill Gates or the CEO of Microsoft or Windows in general. And those channels are creating mass hysteria in the Windows community, and that's what they're trying to do. So if Microsoft release a news article every month or every quarterly, it will help the user to understand how widespread these problems are and how bad these updates are, if they're as bad as what some people make out, whether they're widespread or whether they're just minor issues with some computers. And remember, there's people that have been using Windows and Windows 11 for a long time, and they've not had the amount of issues that are being publicized on social media or on the internet. And that's a thing that you have to take into account. Take everything with a pinch of salt, because some of these channels and blog sites don't have your interest at heart. They're just there to create a revenue stream. And there's nothing more than a bit of drama that creates good views and good clicks. So let me know in the comments section down below whether you've updated your system with this preview update and whether it's fixed and resolved a lot of issues, or whether you're still having issues. Let me know in the comments section down below, because that might help others as well determine whether to roll out this update or not. Anyway, with that said, sorry for the waffling a little bit. I was just getting a lot of that stuff off my chest. My name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Just want to say a quick shout out to all my YouTube members, whether you're tier 1, tier 2 or tier 3. I really do appreciate the support, and I shall catch you in the next video. Bye for now.